Hi everyone, Arlene here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is I am making a video on YouTube. You can make videos and you can post them right from your phone, which means that this video will not have any of my fancy editing in it or anything like that, or any of my pop-up words or anything like that. No editing in it at all. But I wanted to explain to you what happened was tomorrow's video, if I can get it edited, that is, tomorrow's video will be of me making a 9-loop funky bow and a little centerpiece and stuff, preparing to do my ivy table. So it's going to be part 1 of 2 of my ivy table design. Well, yesterday Chris had not brought my fall tree up. Well, today he brought it up, and I saw that the funky bow swag that I made for kind of at the top of my fall tree was totally different, which I had totally forgotten about, than the bow that I made yesterday. So I am going to remake my funky bow today in this video for that design that you'll see the end result like on Saturday. But of course tomorrow you'll see me make, and I'll do a tutorial for a 9-loop funky bow, but I'm going to do a tutorial for a 12-loop funky bow in this video real quick today. And I'm going to go ahead and post it today so that you guys can see this, and you can see I've been having calls for funky bow tutorials, you guys. So here you're going to have 2 in 2 days here. So we're going to do the 12-loop funky bow today and then the 9-loop tomorrow. A lot of my ribbon that I purchased that I'm going to be working on this bow is from perpetualribbons.com. Our friend Bobby there at perpetualribbons.com. Again, I can't post anything up there, but a link for her website will be in the description. A ribbon that I used in tomorrow's video with the 9-loop funky bow will be, I'll have a post for the, see, no editing. Blah, 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 blah. See, I would edit that out. I would just edit that right out. Anyway, the post that I put up tomorrow, in the video tomorrow, that bow has, I think, one ribbon from Perpetual Ribbons. Anyway, let's get on with my 12-loop funky bow here. And I've already got my ribbons cut. Let me get my camera in place. So you got to watch me do all of my camera movements and everything. I do a little bit of this usually, but sometimes it takes me a little longer to get myself situated than what you guys see. So sorry for any bumps and quick movements there. Okay, here we go. There's my pipe cleaner and my pair of scissors. And as you can see, I've got 4 different ribbons picked out here. And these ribbons, this beautiful blue with the copper color leaf, a similar ribbon to this, and this beautiful plaid, which I absolutely love, and a scarecrow ribbon that looks very much like this, or what are in the 12-loop funky bow on the tree. I believe that's a 12-loop. So Bobby had sent me this, and this looks almost just like the scarecrow ribbon, so I am going to go ahead and replace the scarecrow, which I don't have any more of, with this ribbon. So as you can see, I have 3 pieces of ribbon cut out in each pattern or color of ribbon. And 3 times 4 different ribbons is 12. Each piece of ribbon delineates one, each piece, here I go, see? No editing. Each piece of ribbon makes up 1 loop in the 12-loop funky bow. So let's get started with this. Again, you can find my funky bow cheat sheet always linked below. I have a link to my blog that the funky bow cheat sheet is in, and it is all written out for you. So if you need to you can just click on that and print it off if you want. But anyway, let's get started. I'm making an even looped funky bow, so I'm going to go through the pattern all the way once with the loop pointing up from center. My thumb being center. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to measure out about 5.5 inches, fold it in half, measure out about 5.5 inches, and then pinch it together right there at that point. My thumb is, think of my thumb as being the center of the bow, and then twist that piece of ribbon. that tail, twist that back tail, because I want both of the tails going in the same direction, the pattern going in the same direction, at least at this point. They might get messed up in the bow, but that's okay. Let me turn on a light here. I had turned out my light because it was really bright in my face. There we go. Okay, next loop in the pattern, pick it up, fold it right in half. Go to 5.5 inches on your measuring tape and accordion it in, right? Just like that, accordion it in side by side by side, as opposed to piling it on top of one another or piling it underneath. And again, I definitely go to that back tail. You can see that that even looks different. So I want to twist that around to bring the right side forward. And the next one, whoops, all the way through the pattern of ribbon with the loops pointing in the same direction each time you go through the pattern. Here we go, again with the loop pointed up from center. Again, going back to that back tail and twisting. And then to finish out the pattern, pick up the last piece, 5.5 inches, and again, accordion it in side by side by side. Okay, so there's our first 4 loops in our 12 loop funky bow. Okay, so now we're going to start the pattern over again. Fold it in half, go to 5.5 inches, and then turn that loop down from center. And again, accordion it in there. And again, go to that back tail and twist. Go to the next one, and all the way through this pattern, we're going to turn that loop down from center and accordion it in there. And at this point, I'm starting to allow it to twist or to slide back into the crook of my finger. And I'm allowing it to do that, you guys. And I'm letting up on my fingers a little bit when I do that. And that way my hand's not cramping so much. Okay, here we go with the next one. Go to 5.5 inches, point that loop down from center and accordion it in there side by side by side and twist. And then one more, and this time through the pattern, accordion it together and twist that back tail. Okay, now we have one more time through the pattern to go. So we start back the beginning again, 5.5 inches, and then we're going to turn that loop up from center this last time through. Okay, now I'm getting a handful of ribbon, as you can see, and as you all know, I do not have huge hands. I have little hands compared to my body. So if I can do this, you can do it, trust me. And I even think I have a little arthritis going on in my hands. My hands have been a little sore as of late. So, you know, on and off, not all the time, but on and off, you know. So I'm not getting any younger, as I said, but I can do this, and you can do it. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. There's nothing hard about this. Once you get your pattern down and once you do it a couple of times, and never stop practicing, you guys. Remember, it's probably not going to work out the first time you do it. It sure didn't for me. But, you know, I was just tenacious and kept trying and trying and trying, and I was determined, you know. Now I have one more piece of ribbon here, and you'll see in tomorrow's video where I cut this in half, because tomorrow's ribbon like this that I want to use for 2 tails has pumpkins on it, and I want the pumpkin stem to be all pointed in the right direction. It doesn't matter on this because there's no up or down with this, so I don't need to cut this ribbon. So I'm just going to put one more big loop on the bottom, just add it in, or to the side there, add it in, and that gives me 2 long tails. Take your pipe cleaner, lay it over the top, pull the bottom around the bottom, and the top around the top. Put the hand use your dominant hand to manipulate the ribbons. Use your non-dominant hand to hold the ribbon shut. So using your dominant hand, get those fingers up as close as you can to the back of the bow. And then I kind of twist my hand around and really squeeze and just give it a really good twist. The bow and the pipe cleaner, okay? So there we go. Now that's a hot mess right now, isn't it? Let me turn you this way to look at my double chin there. But let's do a little bit of fluffing. Remember, the most important part of any bow that you make is the fluffing. So really take your time and get your hand in every single loop. Pull it up and towards you, and if some of the tails come up and through the bow, that's okay. If you want to turn the bow over and really spread out the tails, that's okay too. If you want to do that, spread them out, pull them up and in. You know, you make the bow look however you want it to look. That's going to be the bottom of the bow, obviously, because of the tails. So I've got my pinky underneath there holding, or the couple fingers there holding that down. So I'm just going to start fluffing. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. That made a really pretty funky bow. Don't be afraid to manipulate it and pull and yank on it, because if you've tied your pipe cleaner on, you don't have to worry about it coming apart. There you go. That's looking pretty. Okay, so that is a 12 loop funky bow. And unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to show you where this is going to go today. You won't see where this is going to go till Saturday's video. But anyway, that's it for this one. But isn't that pretty? And here we go. So with a funky bow tutorial, in and of it, all by itself, without any other stuff going on in this video. I'm even going to try not to yammer on too much, because you all have been calling for these funky bow, you know, tutorials with fall ribbon and stuff. This also gives you a good example of how to, you know, put together 4 pieces of ribbon or 4 patterns of ribbon that you might not think to use, but that I think flow together beautifully, you know? So there we go. There's one thing I'm not gonna not do in this video, and that's my final word. So we're gonna turn the camera back around here. Excuse me as I move it. I'll try not to make y'all dizzy or anything. And let me, my lights are crazy over at this table always. Let's turn this way maybe. Sorry. Hello. I'm going to talk to Alexa. Alexa, turn the kitchen table light out. Okay. Really? My goodness. Alexa, turn my kitchen table light on. See? Oh my goodness, and my hair's a hot mess today too. Anyway, all right, you guys. Thanks for stopping in here, and I am gonna post this. I'm gonna post this as is. I am so far from perfect, it's not even funny. I don't ever try to say I'm perfect, but I sure do try to edit some of my, you know, craziness out. But anyway, be patient with me. I hope you enjoyed this with the funky bow. So, anyway, let me go into my final words and say, I hope that all is well with everyone today. And for those of you who might be struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, I hope you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits, hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all that said, I'll just say, come back tomorrow, I hope, if I get that video edited. Part 1 for my Ivy table fall decor in my fall decor series, 2020 fall decor series. But until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye. Pretty, huh? Bye-bye.